You're all having a great night. I know I just did a video yesterday, but I was talking to a friend and we kind of got on the discussion of addiction, what is it exactly, and relapse. So I kind of want to go ahead and touch base and talk to y'all a little bit about that. But for those of y'all that don't know, my name is Megan. I am a recovering drug addict, a recovering alcoholic, and a recovering self-harmer. And I want to do a little survey, so y'all play along. If you are a drug addict, raise your hand, or an addict of any kind. If you love an addict, raise your hand. You see, it's pretty much that cut and dry, guys. It's pretty that black and white. You're either an addict, or you've been an addict, or you know someone that's an addict. It's more common than you think. And for those of you that have never done drugs and you don't understand, how we can, I don't know the word, I guess how we can keep choosing drugs over and over again, or why we can't just stop. It's not that simple. It's not that cut and dry. We can't just say, okay, I don't want to do drugs anymore and walk away. I wish we could, but it can't, so addiction for us, as in being a drug addict, I guess we'll say, it's not so much about getting high. It's about trying to numb the pain, about trying to forget whatever we're going through at that moment. And I know we all go through things. I know we all have hell to pay, literally, but we all deal with it differently. Some of us choose drugs, some of us choose alcohol, some of us choose cutting. I just simply chose all three, go big or go home, right? But drug addiction, what is it? Okay, addiction is shooting up in the nearest Wendy's bathroom because you simply just can't wait any longer. Addiction forces you to call your dealer at 12:03 in the morning because your money just came through and you'll refuse to wait any more reasonable hour. Addiction is crawling around on your bedroom floor looking for any kind of speck of drug you dropped. Not because you want to get high. It's mainly because you just can't spend another moment rocking back and forth, staring at the clock, wondering how only 5 minutes passed when it's surely been hours. Addiction is impatient, it's unforgiving, and it's manipulative. Don't test it. If you go in thinking you'll stay in control, you won't, and you'll never be the same again. That is so true and hits home so good with me. There's no such thing as a controlled addiction, or, that's it. There's no such thing as a controlled addiction. If you do drugs, you're out of control. And it may not be the first time you do drugs, but it'll eventually get its hold on you, and it changes you, and it turns you into someone that you won't even recognize. And, I almost kind of think it's worse for people that love the addicts because, we're so numb and oblivious to what's going on around us because we're in our haze. But, they have to sit there and watch us throwing our lives away and going through this, and they don't understand, and they want to help us, and they try, but until we're ready to say I'm done, you can talk to your blue in the face. It's just that simple, But anyway, that's kind of, like, love an addict. Help us, don't hurt us, because I trust you, we're our own worst enemy. We beat ourselves up on it daily. It's a bad place to be, and if you've never been there, don't judge and don't act like you know what it's like, okay? There's a lot of people on my Facebook friends list that, they think they're better than me per se because they haven't been to jail or they haven't been an addict, Yes, I've been to prison. Yes, I'm an addict, but you know what? I'm a good person. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to get right and do better, and you're not going to bring me down. You can say you're better than me, or I'm a bad person, and that's fine, because you're being judgmental. I'm not. I love you all, and I got all your backs. Anyways, so I want to talk a little bit about relapse too. Relapse is a part of recovery. It's going to happen, but that doesn't define you. That doesn't mean because you have a relapse that's it, that's all, It's going to happen. Relapse, like I said, is just a part of recovery. You can ask any addict in recovery, whether they've been an addict for 5 days, 5 months, 5 years, or 20 years. I guarantee you they're going to tell you they relapsed at some point or another. I don't know how many times I said I'm not going to get high, and I go a week or two, maybe even a month, and then something would happen and I threw it all away. But the difference is you can't let it define you. You have to pick yourself back up and brush yourself off and try again. That old tried and true saying, get knocked down 9, stand up 10. That's exactly what you got to do. Because don't beat yourself up. Everybody relapse, I've got 5,000 friends on here, and I'm about to put myself out there like this. I relapsed a few weeks ago. Not on drugs, but on cutting. Don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah. I was going through some things, and instead of finding a creative way to get through it, I took a blade to my skin. And you know, after I did that and I was sitting there and I was calm, I was just like, idiot. You know, how stupid was that? How long have you worked? How hard have you worked? And you threw it all away for what? You know, that 10 minutes of numbness that, you know, it was just, it's not worth it, but it happens. And I could have done one of two things. I could have let it defeat me, or I could let it make me stronger. Yes, I relapsed. Yes, it was a mistake. And yes, I'm starting all over again, but that's okay because I dusted myself off and I'm starting over again. And y'all can do that too. Don't beat yourself up if you relapse. Don't think that because you relapse that you can't start over. You can, you know? We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. Nobody expects you to be perfect, especially if you're an addict, because God knows we're not. We are going to mess up. We're going to mess up a lot. And who's to say that I won't relapse again on anything, on cutting or drugs? I don't want to. I'm going to try my damnedest not to, but I can't guarantee it won't ever happen. All I can do is, if I'm feeling that urge, I can talk to a friend, or I can go do something more constructive or creative. But that temptation is always going to be there. That urge is always going to be there. It's what you do with it that matters. And if you relapsed, don't worry about it. Dust yourself off and try again. Message me, call me, text me, whatever you need to do. I'll talk to you about it. You just need someone to listen, I can do that too. But anyways, guys, I've rambled on enough now, but I just really felt like I needed to make another video to let y'all know what addiction was, or what I thought addiction was, and about relapse, you know? It's okay. My mama always tells me it's going to be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We got this, one day at a time, one step at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. But as long as we got each other and we help each other, you know, that's really all that matters. And if you don't have anyone else on your team, you got this girl right here. Promise you that. So y'all have a great evening, and I guess I will probably make another video in the next couple of days or something. But bye, guys.